As our last video, I'd like to look at more current articles and resources. That's part of our CART method, is to look for currency. So let's just say that our history teacher that we've been working on our project for, which had looked at racism, and then we decided on civil rights movement in the 1960s, that the teacher had also said, hey, whatever you pick, let's look at what's happening now and try to make some connections for some deeper thinking, those higher level thinking skills. And so I'm back on my racism topic here, kind of looking for that. And if I look through, I can see that in the featured content, like racial profiling, this is from a 2016 actually, it's an encyclopedia, but it's online. And so that will prove to be really, really good. But also down here further, if I look down, I'm going to kind of score down because we didn't look this far the other day. But looking at magazine articles, and you can see that these two articles from The Economist are from July 16th, 2016. And I happen to be looking on the date today that I'm making this is July 20th, 2016. So you can see that we're talking about things that are very current. Now I'm going to look at this one, Progress and its Discontents, Race in America. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And here we are in the article. Again, same old thing. You can see that this is an intermediate level reading and all the things that we've already gone over. But let's say I want to show you that there is a feature for bookmarking. And we've already told you can sign in on Google. And so you can always share on Google. You can sign in with Microsoft. If you have your OneDrive, you can always share there. I am signed in on my Google Drive with my name, Victoria. But let's say I want to bookmark several articles that I am going to highlight and take notes on. When I do this and I share it with my group, when they open the bookmarks, they're going to have my highlighting and my notes already on them. So that's kind of one of the advantages of using the bookmark. It's also great for teachers because if teachers just want to share a series of articles with students and kind of notes and things for them in advance, they can. So what I'm going to do is just do my highlighting first. Now, because we've already practiced this, I'm just going to pick off anything, okay? Not even going to look to see if it's important. I'm going to highlight. I'm going to take some notes, yada, yada. I'm going to save them, okay? Now I can see that I have a highlight and note on this article. Here it is, just like we did before. But this time I'm going to go up to here to these advanced tools at the top, and I'm going to bookmark this. And I'm going to select that bookmark. It's very specific to my article because it is going to keep my highlighting notes. And I'm going to go ahead and copy it. I am going to stick it onto an untitled document. And let me go ahead and switch tabs for you again so you can see my document. Record this tab. Okay, and here's my document. So let's just say I created this and I'm planning on putting a whole bunch of articles on it for people in my group. Well, there's my link. When I copy this link, or rather when I go ahead and go into this link, and again, that's going to land me in another tab. So let me open that one for you so you can see. When I open it, again, you can see here comes my article. It was the article I was looking at, Progress and Discontents, Race in America. But this time it has nice little bit of highlighting and notes that I had taken before. And they weren't very good because I was being lazy, but there they are. And if I had done good ones, they would be there. So that is one of the advanced tools that I think is really handy. Just very quickly before we sign off, because this is our last video, we do have other advanced tools and I want to show you those. Those are very specific if you want to use articles from a certain time period or from a certain magazine or something like that. So you could do an advanced search by going up here in the bar, click advanced search. You can search for a keyword and you can look for it in a specific document, or you can look for it in a specific publication or by a specific author. There's all kinds of things there. I think at your age, you might not know specific publications and authors unless a teacher tells you, and then you would look at that. But there are other options. One of them is right here under more options, peer-reviewed journals. You remember me saying in one of our earlier screencasts that sometimes an AP teacher will request that you only use peer-reviewed journals. Well, this would be a way of going there very quickly, is just going here to the advanced, picking those off first, and then doing your research. And if you did that, then that would be really handy. So that is one way of going about it. Another way that you can do it advanced, of course, is by picking the publication date. So let's say the teacher said, well, I want you guys to take your topic of racism or take your topic of the 1960s civil rights movement and compare it to what's going on today, but I want you to only look at articles or things that have been published in the last year. So rather than search and start digging through all that stuff, you could come here to the advanced, and on the publication date, you could just click on between, and then you could give it, for the year. You could say, well, a year ago was July 2015, and then we'll just do it from, July 2016, and then you would have your year. You would be able to search. And you would get only articles that your teacher would approve of. So that makes it a lot faster, okay? Again, further down, we already said there was content level for each. You could pick off only articles that were basic if you were having, English was your second or third language. You're working on that, and on and on. Lexile range for more specific articles. A teacher might tell you what your lexile range is. You might have practiced that or taken a test in class so that you know, and you could do that as well. So all kinds of advanced things I hope you'll look at, and I hope that you'll share your bookmarks with your friends. And that's it for our Gale Student Resources and Context. There's lots more to know, a lot of good stuff, but I think this is a good beginning. If you have more questions, definitely ask your teacher librarian. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.